Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a new edition of DevLive, a dialogue with speakers and partners about the largest conference dedicated to developers and IT professionals, DevTalks. I'm Andrea Balach, and today I have the honor to introduce you Kinga Hunyadi, we technical architect at METROdigital, and Diana Cojocaru, which is tech lead at METROdigital. So METROdigital will be present as product management stage partner at DevTalks. So thank you for accepting our invitation and welcome to this live.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In order to start and have a conversation with our audience, I would please ask you to introduce yourself and maybe tell us your role in the company.
Hello, my name is Diana Cojocaru, and I'm a technical lead in Pick and Pack team. I'm with METROdigital for more than 3 years.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hunyadi. I have been working in the tech industry for 8 years, from which 3.5 years at METROdigital. My focus was and is mostly on the front-end side, and currently I'm in a technical architect, UI technical architect role at METROdigital. I'm just transitioning into this new role.
Thank you for your introduction. I'm also curious, how did you start your career on METROdigital, and what do you love most about working here?
So I started shortly after the office in Cluj was opened. I started as a front-end developer. Then I worked in this role for 2 years in the same team that Diana is working in. After 2 years, I also took over the technical lead role. I worked as technical lead and shared these responsibilities with Diana for 1.5 years. Then currently I switched to a new role, the UI technical architect. What I most like about is the people. So we formed a so nice community and we are helping and supporting each other. You can learn a lot from so many professionals from different areas. So this is the number one for me, but also growth opportunities. So you can define your career path. You can then participate in workshops, trainings that help you grow. You have the support from your manager. You can also do shadowing in other roles. But yeah, this doesn't mean that you cannot switch earlier to a new role. So let's say, for example, if you are a developer and then there are some internal opportunities, you can anytime apply. And for example, from development, you can switch to management if you like that. But you can also do a complete career change. So if you like the business side, you can switch from development to product management. And this is nice because METROdigital will support you and will help you to learn while already working in these roles. That's from my side.
I started as a backend developer, and after a few months, I took the technical lead role. What I like the most is working with my colleagues, the collaboration inside the team, and the fact that I'm growing. It's a bit challenging, but in the end, the feeling of accomplishment is more important.
Since you've reminded us about your accomplishments, I think my next question has a main focus on your work. So where do you bring your strongest contribution?
I would say on the development side. With my background as backend developer, I help maintain the live products, develop and improve the new solutions, keep our product up with the technologies, but also keep an eye on the development overall. I like to invest also in the team to help my colleagues grow, support, and offer guidance for them. But also, I'm involved in the refinement of the business topics.
Thank you.
Yeah, my main focus is to define technological strategy for multiple teams, to offer them any kind of support they need on the front-end side, but also the technical prioritization, because the product manager will prioritize the business requirements, business features, but we as technical architects and also technical leads need to prioritize the technical side. Let's say technical debt, migration, all kinds of security issues. And for this, we have these alignment meetings between teams where we share common problems, we find solutions for them, we share our learnings. And also in these alignments, I'm trying to facilitate this communication between multiple teams, multiple tech leads to help them in decision making. I would say that my strongest contribution is on the front end side.
It sounds very interesting. Thank you for developing the idea. My next question, I think it's addressed to you, Diana. Maybe can you explain what is the setup of your team?
Our team in METROdigital is providing a picking solution for metro countries. Our product is offering a digitalized solution for the picking process to make it easier to fulfill and prepare the goods for the clients. Currently, we are in a process of activating new locations, and to ensure all that, our team is composed of backend developers, front-end developers, quality engineer, user experience, product manager, domain expert, and tech lead.
Thank you for describing your team. Also, this year, having in mind that we have a focus on innovation, I would like to ask you, how do you tackle the innovation in your daily work?
So innovation is an important topic for METROdigital, and as Diana mentioned, one of the products is the speaking solution. I can give some examples maybe how we try to tackle innovation in these areas. So for example, for these applications, we integrated gadgets like ProGlove or Google Glasses to make the picking solution more innovative and to help the pickers to make their work easier, but also to increase productivity. I think Google Glasses is better known, so I can maybe describe how the ProGlove works. It's a glove, you put it on your hand, then it has a button on your index finger, you press it with your thumb. It also has a small screen. Then this is integrated with our application, and on that screen we show the relevant information. And with that button, you can do different actions like scanning. So this means that they can put down the Android device they are usually using for picking, and they have both hands free. You can reach easier for bigger articles, for articles that are higher on the shelf. We try to help them with this. The Google Glasses work similarly, so it's a similar integration. You have picking by vision. It also has a button. You press that button for different actions like scanning. And I think these are good examples how we try to tackle innovation.
Okay, thank you.
Also, inside of the team, we have innovation days. When we have time and space, we can work on some internal ideas and present it to the team. We had this in the past, and actually some of the ideas were implemented and some of them were put in the backlog.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me this, because I know the program you've implemented in the past, so I think it's very interesting and also innovating. I read recently something interesting about you should learn from failures and maybe from challenges that you meet aside. So I'm curious, what's your side? How do you deal with failure in your team?
In my opinion, it's not just tolerated or let's say accepted, but we are encouraged to learn through experimentation. So it's always better to try, to fail, to learn something from it. Maybe you will succeed than to not try at all. Because yeah, if you try, then you might succeed or you might not succeed, but learn something from it. If you don't try at all, then we are encouraged to experiment, to fail, I would say, but we try not to waste time. This means that, for example, if someone encounters a problem, then fails, he learns something from it, he will try to share it with other teams. As I mentioned, we have these alignment meetings where we share our learnings, we try to help each other, and we try to prevent the same failures. We don't want to make the same mistakes over and over again.
We accept failure, like Kinga said, and we try to mitigate it. We have monitoring and alerting systems in place to help us see issues even before countries are affected. But once it occurs, our focus is to mitigate it. We do analysis to find the root cause. We create a plan from preventing it from happening in the future, and we try to share the experience. We do all this via postmortem incidents.
Okay, interesting. So, how is it to work for a product that is live in so many countries?
It's challenging and fulfilling in the same time. We have multiple countries with multiple legal and business cases, and our solution wants to bring them all together. From engineering point of view, it's challenging because we always need to keep an eye on the production. And part of our day-to-day job is to monitor, improve, fix issues that may occur, but in the same time, develop new features. I would say that in our product, business meets engineering, and we always need to adapt.
In my opinion, because I worked earlier before METROdigital at startup companies, it's so much better because you know that you are working on products which are already used. And it's nice to see that so many people are using those products, and somehow it makes your work meaningful. It also gives you the advantage to get early feedback, to find the bugs more quickly. Yeah, if you work on a startup idea, you might have some test users, you might get some feedback, but in the end, when it will be released, it might succeed or not. You might have users or not. And you know that your work is meaningful because that product is already used.
I think many engineers are curious about one thing. Being an engineer, how much influence do you have on the development of your product?
I would say that on the technical side, we have full influence. I mean, we choose the libraries, the frameworks we want to use. When we have some new requirements, new feature requirements, we do some assessment as a team, then we will choose the libraries that best fit us. And but also on the business side, because we have all kinds of discussions with stakeholders directly with them or by the product manager, and we give our feedback, and we know that our feedback is considered. Let's say if their ideas are not the best or we might see some improvements, we will give our feedback, and we know that they will understand. But this is a good reason that you can choose the technical libraries, because you might not have a chance to work with the libraries you want, but here, if you have this flexibility, you can try out new libraries, and you have this flexibility to always use the better tools.
And as an engineer, you are also part of the discovery process together with the business. For every feature request, we do a technical assessment to see what we can implement and how, like Kinga mentioned. We present the business short-term solution, long-term solution if it's the case, because we as engineers, we know the status of our product. We know the technical depth, we know the upgrades that we need to do, the improvements, and our input is valuable.
Thank you for mentioning this. I think will be appreciated by the specialists out there. We are reaching the end of our interview, but before call it a day, I would like to ask maybe if you have any advice for the aspiring tech people who want to grow in the tech industry.
I would say to be curious and to never stop learning. Even if you feel like you are already good enough in what you are doing, trust me, there is always something new to learn. And let's say if you are good enough in your area, you can step out of your comfort zone and learn things in other areas. For example, me as a front-end developer, I started here without backend or DevOps experience, and I had the chance to learn these, but not just learn these, but to be hands-on and to work on these areas on the project. And also to don't be afraid to ask questions, because I know how it is. In the beginning, I was afraid to ask. I always thought that, oh, maybe they will think I'm not good enough or I already should know this. But colleagues will help you, and it's better to ask than to waste too much time. Yeah, in some cases, it's better to invest some time to try it yourself because you will learn from it. But if you spend already too much time, it's better to ask someone. But also, if you don't understand something, you should not be afraid to ask some clarifications, because colleagues will always help you.
I would add to be willing to learn from everything. Good or bad situation, it will help you in your career. And to be open to new ideas. In many cases, the best solution come from discussion with the colleagues. And like Kinga mentioned, never stop learning. In this industry, you always have something to learn or to improve.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Kinga, for reminding us this. We'll leave the participants with this message that you've delivered to them. So we're eager to meet you at DevTalks, product management stage. So for those at home, don't forget to join us on 8 and 10 of June, because we are having DevTalks online and also in person. So see you and have a great evening.
Thank you for the discussion.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you. Bye.
evening.
Have
Bye.
a great evening. Bye.